Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings and Clint Curtis of Zap Moto. Ted, we've got an incredible conversation here today.
We're really fortunate, Sarah, to have Clint Curtis with us. Clint, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We thank you for being a valued partner.
Oh man, thanks for having me. And shout out to Mike Calvert Toyota. Never been here before. This is awesome. And Matt over there was nice enough to let me throw my backpack in his office. I hadn't even met the guy and he's already given me free real estate. Anyways, super excited to be here.
So, Sarah and I are hearing an awful lot about Zap Moto all around the industry. So, let's start with some of the basics. Clint, what is Zap Moto?
So Zapmoto is a remote experience platform. One thing we realized is early on is that remote experiences are super important for car dealerships, especially as the business evolves. And what's really hard is implementation because, I mean, they're running an emergency room here, essentially, you know? And so what we do is we come in, we help implement these remote experiences, meaning pickup and delivery and mobile service. So on the pickup and delivery side, which is where we've had most of our focus, we provide drivers and provide a driver pool to the dealerships to actually execute picking up the customer's car, bringing it into the dealership, and then when it's finished, bringing it back. We take on the liability. We vet these drivers because we're going to insure them.
Wow.
And then on top of that, we implement we get into the DMS of the dealership, pull out the data and do outreach on the dealership's behalf to schedule these and offer these remote experiences as well. Because it's hard. It's hard to do new things.
A friend of ours, a good friend of ours, Ed Roberts,
Yes.
says that customers really enjoy the convenience of not having to come in your dealership. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, I mean, we're operating, from sea to shining sea and in Hawaii. And what we see across the country is what we know in every other industry as well. That, I like to have my lunch brought to me by DoorDash, and I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for that convenience. And my wife loves to order off of Amazon every single day. And I know because I come home and there it is, another 5 packages on my porch. We live in an on-demand society, and every single business has to adopt this customer expectation now, including car dealerships.
And Clint, a big component that's important in that process, like you mentioned, is the transparency. I mean, you can follow where's my package, where are my things. How does Zapmoto implement some of those strategies with transparency?
Yeah, so we're super excited about the customer experience that we've crafted within our app. And so what happens is the customer will receive a text, when the drivers are on their way to pick up their vehicle. They also receive a link with that. They can click on it and they can see the location of their vehicle at every single step of the way. Because we know next to their house, it's probably the biggest asset that they have. So we want them to, once again, have transparency and know where it is at all times. And then that relationship then feeds into the dealer.
And Clint, one of the things that I see around the industry is that dealerships are getting away from the loaner car experience, where it used to be that you come in, always get a loaner car, then they started drying up, very few loaner cars. Now when I go to the service center, they arrange for a ride for me to go back to work, okay? Or to go back home and then to be brought back. And they don't want the customer to be sitting around the customer lounge because the only value they bring is maybe to pay for the service. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, it's really interesting because here we are, we're in this gorgeous facility, right? And I was in their waiting room, their customer lounge, and it's awesome. And it's got the Diet Coke machine and the coffee machine. I'm a big Diet Coke guy, And now what we're telling dealerships is, hey, actually, it's a big L if your customer was in that lounge, because convenience is kindness.
Yes.
And time is money. And when we respect the customer and allow them to be in their own space and not be in here waiting, that's going to be rewarded in Lyft, in the RO spend.
Yes.
And also in customer retention, and also NPS or CSI, whichever cool acronym you use, depending on what OEM you are.
Well, and Clint, that's a big topic of conversation because, a lot of dealerships, their OEMs are very, really looking at retention as a big number. That's a big good industry. So how have you seen this boost retention and customer satisfaction?
Yeah, across the country we see it because, as I said, convenience is kindness. I'm gonna say that like 7 more times, if we stay here long enough.
Got it.
And it will bring the customer back in over and over and over again. We see with our NPS scores that we do internally, we do a scale of 1 to 10, and our average customer that does pickup and delivery with us comes in at a 9.89, which is nuts. But of course, they're not here because when the customer walks through the doors of the dealership, they're scared, they're apprehensive. It doesn't matter how awesome your staff is because everyone has amazing staff, but this relationship between the customer and the dealership, it's so broken from the last 8 decades of four squares and pressure and high pressure tactics, which is why Carvana even exists, right?
Of course.
It's crazy, And so the dealerships have to change it, and they're trying to. But this is just an extra little, arrow in their quiver that they can use to help retain the customer, make them feel low pressure, and they're going to end up spending more money anyway.
So if a dealership is already in service pickup and delivery or wants to get into that, you're able to help those dealerships and set them up and pretty much provide, Sarah referred to some of the software the customer can see or things the customer can see. You do that on the dealer side too.
Yeah, 100%. If they want to roll out a pickup and delivery experience or a mobile or remote experience, soup to nuts, they just call us up and they turn it on.
Wow.
And it just starts. We wanted to make the process as easy as a restaurant starting to use DoorDash. That's kind of the model that we've gone after. And then if it doesn't work, they don't like it, switch it off. No big deal.
Wow.
I'll feel a little bit bad though.
And I think one of the great advantages, in addition to the customer satisfaction, is that lift in the RO dollars, because the customer will spend more money if they don't have to wait for the car.
Yeah, we've seen some dealerships even here locally in Houston that have been as high as a 50% lift over with pickup and delivery and remote experiences over just being in the store and getting an Uber home, So, and we tie into the DMS so that we can show that data to the dealerships because we also believe in transparency. Zapmoto's not into selling gym memberships. That's what I call them because, I'll sign up for a new gym membership every New Year's and then I don't go, right? We don't want to sign up dealers for gym memberships. So we'll give them total transparency that they can see with the investment they're making with us, what they're getting out on the other side.
All right, so the company's name is Zap Moto.
With a Z.
And if I'm a dealer watching this today, I'm not limited to being a certain OEM or in a certain part of the country. I can sign up with you, and how do I do that?
Yeah, just go to zapmoto.com. We got a FAQ page. You can also go ahead and submit an inquiry, and we'll have one of our team members. You can go through it. It's super easy and super simple. And it's the future.
Sarah, it's right on the money.
It is. It's very timely and a really big asset to dealerships.
All right. I'm Ken Ings. I'm here with Sarah Van Tyne. We're here with Clint Curtis from Zap Moto. We are here at the pop-up event at Mike Calvert Toyota in Houston, learning about the benefits of Zap Moto. Clint, thank you so much for everything you do for the industry.
Are you kidding me? Thanks for having me. So fun. So fun.
But
Sarah and I will be right back.
Thank you.